I'm so uninstalling you. Stop telling me I have outdated bloody drivers.
I'm waiting for YouTube to say that we're live. Come on. And we are. And going to kill YouTube. Hold on a second.
Oh, I put my chair down way too low.
All right, we are live. Give me a second, folks. Why is this being done? I don't know. All right, well, YouTube's being ridiculous. But hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Jedi Academy, the Q&A show for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm your host with the most, Ranger J 1999. And we're here to answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We bring in a great panel of folks to hang out and from all over the YouTube and Twitch world to answer questions. So that's what this is. This is the Q&A show of Q&A shows, and it's pretty simple. If you have a question, we try to answer it. And the way it works is if you have a question, you can see there's already an example of it there already. Put your question into the chat. Make sure the format is that when you put your question in, you put the actual word question for your question statement, because that's the way we filter out using Nightbot. So we have to have a keyword. So if you want your question answered, that's going to be the way it works. And I will tell you that it is basically, the sooner you get it in, the sooner you have most likely a chance of getting your question. And most times we can get through almost all the questions if possible. But sometimes, we've had those days where we've had so many questions that we literally could not get anything. We have a few hours, window here. And so that's the way it is. Joining me today so far, we've got the Nev from the Escape Pod cast.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Governor.
Corporal Ivy. Hello, wankers.
All right. And so we'll see who else pops in. I don't know where the hell Finn is. I don't know where the hell everybody else is. I tagged him. If my ass can be up until 2 o'clock in the morning doing streams with Zareth and Solo, which was a lot of fun yesterday. We hung out. Now, normally I would do my GAC after today, but they asked me to come on. I thought I was just coming to hang out. They're like, can you do your GAC with us? I'm like, okay, we'll do our GAC. So I brought Thane Kyrell, my GAC Whisperer, and we full cleared. So if you want to see how I did, you can go do that. I may see how I felt for Jedi Academy. We may, I'll have maybe Grande join me in the Zoom. He's busy, but I'll just take over his computer and just run his account or something. So I can do that. Yes. The marvels of technology. So get your questions in. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. That's really important. So if you haven't done that already, please do. It really does make a difference when you're talking about the old YouTubes, because unlike Twitch, if you don't do it, then they don't like to share your stuff with all the other boys and girls out there in TV land. All right, so pretty simple. Looks like we got Sir Loki. He joined us. Sir Loki, are you there, or are you just pretending to be there? All right, he's not responding, so he must be working on his audio. Loki, if you can hear us, say something.
Loki.
Oh, it says still connecting to his audio, so he must just be getting things going there. All right, we got the questions coming in, so go ahead and get them questions in and stuff like that. Well, what we usually do at the beginning of the stream is give people time to get in here, because sometimes a little bit earlier for others, some to get in here and get do what they need to do. But we like to open up to what's been going on this week in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and what's on your mind. Nev, what is on your mind this week in Galaxy Heroes?
Loads of news. Definitely looking forward to the new Mando event. I will not be ready straight away, because obviously I'm free to play, so it's going to be a while before I get Queel and IG-11.
Yeah, those are the two that I'm missing. But I mean, if they're putting them in Cantina, I'll have them in no time.
Yeah. The wonderful part of the Hero's Journey Beskar Mando event is he's going straight into the journey guide. So it's not, there's no cadence to wait for.
No.
So whereas normally they'd bring something like this out and I'd be like when they first brought JKL out, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get him the first time around, but I knew if I worked hard and, buttoned down the hatches and really, really, really went to town, I would get everybody geared and I would get that last character. I would get Captain Han Solo farmed and I'd be ready 3 months later for the next time he came out.
Right.
Whereas with this, I can just farm, get the characters to gear 10, and as soon as I am ready, I can go straight into the journey guide and get my Beskar Mandalorian. So I like that. I like that I'm not going to have to wait. So yeah, I think that was the thing for me. I don't care for people saying, "Oh, it's too soon for another Mando." It's like, it's never too soon for another Mando.
No.
Especially if he's got a baby Yoda on his shoulder. That would just be awesome.
He's not, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. So unless
they
do
put
something
baby, they put Grogu in IG.
I know, but what I want to see is like the ability, like where Mando's fighting and they're doing one of his special abilities, and then Baby just pops in and drinks soup.
Yeah, no,
That's
would be
all
nice.
I don't need him to do anything. Just drink soup.
Nice to see him as a summoned character.
Yeah, just drink soup. That's all we need. We don't need anything else.
Baby comes in, drinks soup, and gives everybody a heal.
Yeah, or force choke someone.
A force choke.
Yeah, with no spoilers.
Or eats a frog.
Yeah, do not even bother asking questions about the Mando season 2. Do not put any spoilers in.
No spoilers.
Seriously, we're not. We ain't having it. All right, so keep getting your questions in. The other thing this week, of course, we got the new changes to Galactic challenges. Pretty cool. I did it yesterday. It was so nice just to go into tier 7, knock it. Well, I didn't knock it out. I had to figure out the damn team and stuff to use for that event with the Empire, but I did eventually beat it. And then I went in there with Kylo Ren. Kicked that ass. Kylo Ren's pretty cool. And got all the tickets and stuff afterwards, and I was like, hey, I didn't have to do the other 6 fights. I could still go back in there and do them, but it was like you get the credit for it. So I thought that was really cool. Some people are a little hung up about I have to wait 3 days for my rewards. I'm like, yeah, but it's cool. And then on top of that, we're getting Galactic challenges now every 3 days, basically, where you can do it for 3 days, and and it's still an ongoing project. I like the changes. I thought it was cool.
Yes, but we're not millennials, Ranger. Millennials, require instant gratification. We don't.
No, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I play other games too where it's like that. Like you're doing events and you don't get your rewards till later on. So like State of Survival, which I play as well right now, is like that, right? You do the event. Now some you get right away, but some of the bigger events, like you have to, like when we're doing state versus state, you're not getting your shit till like a week later, because it's just, you have to go through these stages and and stuff like that. So and it's all different. So it doesn't really.
It's no different from having to wait, in GAC for your rewards,
sure,
or territory battles for your reward, or territory wars. It's no different. It's like,
I know it's 3 days.
We make everybody. They would probably just thinking to themselves, "Look, we make them wait until the end of the event for all of their other rewards. Why don't we just make them wait until the end of Galactic challenges for their rewards?"
Sure. So it was fine with me. It didn't really bother me. The new raid. It is an amazing raid. I like the difficulty of it. We've been pounding away at it on my guild. I don't even know where we're at right now. I have to log in to find out. But
we never made it past P1, my guild.
We were right. I think we're in phase 3, just because we're trying different stuff. And it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're 220 mil guild, and we didn't make it past.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. I know, Loki. Are you there yet?
He's coming in.
Oh, I see his plenum.
Oh, I'm Ranger's coming.
I am here.
Yeah, there's that plenum. Hey, Loki. So you did.
Good morning.
Did you guys beat the raid? I think you did, right?
Yeah. We beat the raid. And then coincidentally, I did a Merc last night. And we beat another one. So we did what, 24 people? We were able to do it. So you just need certain teams, and you need a lot of coordination. So
yes, you do.
Hats off. I think I was merking with like Shadowlands last night, so it was like a Yeah, so like hats off. We had one person, Darth Evil, on that team, and she was coordinating everything. So I mean, we were dropping damage. So we we're all posting damage at the same time, and then she would calculate the 100% and just drop everything. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's the way we were doing it. But it's just,
Yep.
We're not quite where
And
everybody...
shout out to Nightmare too, because he reached out to me, and then we got the Merc together. So.
There you go.
Yep.
That was perfect. Yeah, it's it is a bunch of coordination, but it's just like we started back in the day when we were doing, this just gives me flashbacks of when we were doing the original pit raid. I mean, you had to really coordinate, stuff. And then it's been cool to see the theory craft.
No, it felt like the original pit raid back in the day.
Yeah.
That's it. It was pretty nostalgic for the older players.
Yeah.
Because I love it, man. It's really fun.
It's really difficult. Don't kid yourself, guys. It is unbelievably difficult. So you're like, hey, I got 8%. I'm so proud of myself. It's like, so. But yeah, I liked what they did with the new raid. Lucky, what's been going on in your mind this week in Galaxy Heroes? We had the new raid, Galactic challenges. They said we're gonna get next week.
Relic 8, man. Relic That's what 8. We're all fiending for right now.
I know, but and so there's such a huge debate in the community about Relic 8, man. Have you still made a decision yet on Relic 8, or because
I did? I guess you can say it was a guild-wide decision, but we're going. I'm going fleet first. So I had enough for 2, and I did Jedi Anakin and I did General Kenobi.
Okay.
And I'm noticing in Arena, I don't drop as hard anymore because you get the extra 2 speed on both of the ships. And if your GK goes first and does the AoE days and your Anakin survives a little bit longer, it gives a hard time, especially for mirror matches. So
He's thicker, is he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's everything. He's got more potency, so he can land the buff immunity on Houndstooth, and he's a little more tanky. So he's faster, tanky. He's just better. As a toon, jury's still out, but you do the pilots first. It's going to help with light side GOTB, especially the Nexu mission, where you're going to use General Kenobi and Jedi Anakin anyway. So we're kind of hedging our bets on that the Relic 8's going to help. In certain phases, a light side territory battle, and then also fleet, fleet GAC, territory war, arena. It'll help. So I'm planning right now. I'm probably going to do an entire Relic 8 negotiator fleet, and then I'll move to the regular arena tunes after that.
All right. We also have, it looks like Warrior joined us from Warrior Presents. Warrior, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hello, Governor.
Good morning.
Not too bad. What's up, Sir Loki and Nev and Ranger?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, don't forget about me. I'm kind of a big deal. Not really, no. Warrior, what's on your mind? You got all these new goodies and things that are coming out, and new raid, and changes to galactic challenges, and breakfast cereals, and orangutans.
I was thinking the same thing as Sir Loki. I think very identically to him. I'm probably going to chase the pilots, but being that it was a brand new shiny thing, and being that I just barely got a Galactic Legend, I couldn't help myself. I went ahead and put my first gear Relic 8 onto Kylo because he's my only he's my only Galactic Legend, just to see how much more that does. And honestly, it's not much noticeable. I mean, really, in Arena, battles before, battles after don't make a hill of beans difference with Relic 8. So I would have preferred having put it on crew members first, which was my original plan. So I do recommend crew members because the ship speed and the and all of them, I mean, just it's so multifaceted. Like he said, it helps with Grand Arena, it helps with territory battles, it helps with ships, your payout, everything. And in ships, it's funny. It's one small thing like 2 speed is all the difference in the world on winning or losing, or defense, or defendability, or 19 points versus 20, or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So Anyway,
there you go. All right. We'll see if anybody else joins us. They're on the panel. We'll see if they pop in. And then we will rock and roll from there. All right, I think it's time to start with some questions. We'll start with Nev and just work our way around because I'm lazy. All right, let's start off here. Darsign 1972 is our first question of the day, Nev, and he says, with news coming out on some guilds cheating in the new raid, has CG done this to themselves since this has been so lax with the constant GAC cheating?
Well, I mean, it's not that. I mean, well, yes, technically they have done it to themselves because there is, a way to cheat, but the people cheating in the raid, I guess that's all going to boil down to guild integrity. And do people within their, do people in the guild that contain cheaters that obviously cheat on the raid, are they gonna bubble their mates for narking? Are they gonna narc or bubble their mates or their guild mates for cheating in the raid, or are they gonna keep it quiet because they want the raid rewards? So I mean, it's PvE. And there's less emphasis on PvE cheating than there is on PvP. I mean, the PvP cheating, if someone cheats against you in GAC, you ain't going to tolerate that. You're going to report their ass straight away.
Yeah.
But will people report guildmates for using an APK hack in a raid? I'm not so sure people are going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm really, really not. But yes, I mean, CG did it to themselves because it's an applicable hack, and they still haven't kind of like stopped it completely. So yeah,
I mean, if you're cheating on this new raid, get a life.
Yeah,
seriously, just get a life. Of course, if you cheat anyway, then I think you need to get a life anyway. But especially in GAC, but I
just wait for the theory crafters. They'll come up with solutions
right?
real soon, so that people don't need to cheat. They will. The theory crafters out there will come up with something.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I am. I've never seen the reasoning behind it. I've never understood it. Of cheating. It just, some people, man. Their egos can't take it. They're just so insecure. Pretty pathetic. All right. Next question. We'll go to Sir Loki, and I'm kind of get everybody's input on this one, but we'll start with you, Loki. This is from Ice House Swugga. What's going on, Ice House? This is question: what's your prediction for Beskar Mando kit? So we know that's coming this week. So what do you think about what's going to be on the new Beskar Mando there, Locomotive?
I'm kind of hoping he's the one that ties them all together.
Yeah, we've been kind of saying that, right?
Yeah, because they don't have a faction, but if he has the specifics that Quill does this and IG-11 does this and so forth, then I think that's a good start. Other than that, I hope he has an Annihilate, because it'd be a shame if regular Mando is better than Beskar Mando in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has to be a bounty hunter. I hope they don't take his bounty hunter tag away like they did with IG-11, because that would be a disaster. But it's CG and they do that sort of thing. There's no child in the game yet, so I don't see any synergy yet with the child. We're still calling him the child, right? There's no spoiler.
Well, you can call him Grogu. You can call him, the name's out, Grogu. So
sure.
That's not.
So do I think Grogu's coming later? Probably. Because now it's a good decision. You don't have to call him the child anymore. But the main thing is I hope he has Phoenix-esque. He can tie them all together as the leader. And that's the big one. And then I hope he has an Annihilate. That's the two big ones on my mind.
I still think he's going to be a bounty hunter. He'll have the bounty hunter tag and things of that nature. I don't think we're ever going to get a Baby Yoda in this game. I'm sorry, I just don't. We were talking about this, me and Nev, before, that would be what we're probably going to see. It's like IG. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
we haven't seen him yet, right? Like we haven't seen the character sprite or anything yet, right?
No,
So I mean, he could have Grogu in a satchel around his.
I don't think he is. I think it's going to be
You
one of
know,
those things where he just pops in, drinks soups, force chokes somebody as one of the right? Man,
like what they did with IG-11, right? He's got
Yeah.
Grogu in a backpack. So
yeah, it's just basically where Baby Yoda pops in and drinks some soup and chokes someone that
Heals
starts,
everyone.
Yeah. Oh no, I was thinking he was going to force choke someone that's really like someone takes Mando below 50%. Grogu comes in, heals him up, and then force chokes someone as he sits there and sips on soup. I think that'd be funny as hell. I'd
But
love CG to do that.
how about Grogu gets summoned and does a random ability? So he either force chokes somebody, or he heals somebody, or something like that could be amusing. Just like a random, just a random Grogu thing.
yeah,
Frog, drink some soup, or force choke someone.
Yeah.
He's gonna have an AOE for a fact, and he's gonna have, I think, some sort of a burn. When he got his Beskar,
The
built
whistling
out.
bird.
Oh, yeah,
one of
the
the things,
missiles. Yeah.
Yeah, whistling
she got
bird.
the whistling birds and stuff, or the whistling birds. Yeah, and when she built all of that, it was like, this is what I can do, and this is what I've got left. And so he got all this Beskar left over, and he uses that multiple times throughout both seasons. And he just sits there, and it's kind of like, I like these odds. And that's what they're going to call it. I like these odds. And you're going to click on it, and it's going to go, it's just going to hit everybody on the other side for a crap ton of damage when it's Relic 7 or Relic 8, whatever. And that's going to be one of his AOEs. And so there'll be that. And so I think they're going to take from the movie those iconic moments where Mando does these amazing moves that they can replicate in game. I don't think they're gonna, have like a lasso moment, because that's kind of hard to replicate. So they'll probably give that one up, but they'll do something, like the AOE, because they definitely like that. And then I think they'll probably add a burn, because they have burning in there already with like R2D2 and others, and burning is a good one. They might tweak it and make it a unique burn, and call it something different, just because sometimes they like to add a unique debuff, and have like Mando's face on the burn or something, like they did kind of with the newest character where the debuff is demoralized. But they might have some sort of a new debuff with him. We'll see about that. But I think they'll add some sort of a burn, that does, damage to all. And then, and so I think he's going to have a really hardy kit of damage that's going to really slow down and work down an entire group of individuals, and then just lots and lots of damage. And then, of course, with the other individuals, with rebuilding and with the tank and with the days and all the other stuff that comes with those other individuals' kits, I think it's going to be in combination. And then I do think he will have his incinerate, and I think the incinerate will be something like after he has 20 debuffs, or he hits 20 individuals, he'll get the ability to do it, something to that effect. So it'll be a much faster, he'll be able to get to it much faster, because he's bound to be with all his AoEs to do that, or something to that effect. So I think he'll be a better version of himself, but he'll have lots of abilities to just hit and damage individuals, and he'll probably have a revive, as well as like he can attack, kind of like Darth Vader, where he can attack and not get countered, kind of thing. So I don't think they're going to want him to do these AoEs and then everybody go and just maul him to death like a Rebels team, because then that's no fun with a new character. You bring out a brand new character, you send out that fun AoE, and then the Rebels just decimate him, and then you're like, well, okay. So yeah. I think they'll have to think about that, because people are going to want to have fun with this character against all of the meta teams. So they'll probably be like non-honorable, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool too, with the new Mando, Beskar Mando coming in. Hopefully it does tie in, like you said, Loki, all the characters, because you can form that team. But it'll be nice. You can still have your other Mando that's still for the Bounty Hunter team, which is really cool too, because I really enjoy the hell out of that Bounty Hunter team. That is a fun team to play, man. It is so good. I absolutely love it. Just like, oh, what are you doing over there, Ness? You're just kind of chilling, but blam, disintegrate. Okay. Warrior, will go to you next. Nightmare says, question: have you seen the announcement Disney put out about the upcoming Star Wars shows? Any particular show you are dying with anticipation to see? We'll start with you, Warrior.
Yeah, I have seen the announcement. There are a ton of new shows. The movie Rogue Squadron looks, the full length, feature looks really, really good. I mean, Obi-Wan, of course, that's a mini series that looks pretty good. Obviously the spinoff Ahsoka, I'm excited about, but I'm probably most excited about Rangers of the New Republic simply because it's within the same timeline of Mandalorian, and also because it is Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and we know what they've done with Mandalorian. And for me, it's going to be in the same universe and with the same flavor. And because of this, I know it's going to be done with the same love and similar character, similar feel, but it will be a different story. So because of that, it's basically just going to be more of this, but with new, storyline and new characters and new this and that. And that's just what I want. I just want more of this, just give me more. When they start going with, new directors and new storylines and new feels and that kind of stuff, it might start misfiring. I have a feeling. So, the things like Acolyte, I don't know if it's going to come out well or not. The Andor series, I don't know. I'm a little bit, like Orlando. I'm a little bit excited about the Bad Batch 2, the cartoon.
Yeah, that one looked pimp, man. Yeah. I gotta say, that one really got me.
I did like season 7. They did a lot on season 7 with the Bad Batch, and those guys were pretty awesome in that last season.
Well, it looks like they're still independent, and then you see like the new Galactic Empire, and that they are going to be fighting against, because they don't have that crap that the other clones did, the chips.
They don't have the inhibitor chips.
No, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, and I'm really excited to see what the Bad Batch can do, man. I mean, those guys are an army unto themselves, so I'm really excited for that. I saw the casting stuff, and it looks really, really good, because I think, again, me and Nev were talking about this beforehand about what would you do in a war? What are what happens when that moral compass becomes exceptionally gray or even dark, on the rebellion side. And I think it's a fascinating look into that. I'm excited again for the Ahsoka stuff, because I think what they're going to do is they're going to tell us the story of what happened to Ezra and Thrawn and all that other stuff. And goddamn, I can't wait. Rosario Dawson did such a great job as Ahsoka. I cannot wait for that shit. So yeah, and the Ranger one looked really interesting. I'm like, okay, Rangers of the New Republic. Okay, let's see what this is about. It's something different. Nav, Loki, anything about the new stuff? Plus, we got the animated stuff, or the animation stuff that they said that they were going to do, and I can't wait for that. What about you, Loki?
I'm most excited for the Kenobi one.
Yeah, the Kenobi one looks solid.
And yeah, I want to see that whole. Was it the timeline right after Revenge of the Sith? I guess is that what it was?
Yep.
Yeah. 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, I mean, they got Hayden Christensen and all that lined up as Vader, and yeah, I want to see that whole thing. I want to see that period of life for Kenobi. I mean, that dude's. Hands down, I still think he's the best Jedi in the whole damn series. Man, he's been through everything. Just crazy. And the Ahsoka one's going to be stupid crazy. It just wasn't enough that one episode, and they jammed it all in 30 minutes, and then everybody wants more of that. So 9 episodes of Ahsoka is going to sound amazing. Those are my top 2 right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Deborah Chow is doing Kenobi, and she did many of the season 1. And so she did a really, really good job. And so, the action is going to be on point with Kenobi. So.
Yeah, she's amazing.
What's I think Patty Jenkins, the lady that has done Wonder Woman, is doing some stuff for them too. So, I mean, it's like, bring it on, man. I love the Wonder Woman.
She's doing the Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. So, all right.
Might just
go ahead.
Just throw in mind the season 1. We know that season 1 of Mandalorian involved a very core group of directors. And I remember when we were talking Mando for season 1, I said Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have now put together a core group of directors. And when when Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni take over Lucasfilm, they'll have created this core group of directors. And it's like, this is how the stories are successful. This is how we want things directed. Right now, there's your TV show. There's your TV show. There's your TV show. Go forth and make Star Wars. So that's the way I see it going forward. Each of these directors that are all having their hand in the Mandalorian are effectively going to be given their own TV shows, and they will then pass on the knowledge they have learned from Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and make great Star Wars. And my primary ones are the Ahsoka one, because it's going to involve the Veil of the Force from the World Between Worlds. Really looking forward to how they do that. Probably it'll be something to do with the culmination that they're talking about doing between Rangers of the New Republic, the Mandalorian, and Ahsoka. A bit like the Marvel Universe on Netflix culminated all of those heroes together to do the Defenders. I think that they'll do something like that. And the Rogue Squadron, I'm looking forward to the Rogue Squadron, and I think I'll be very happy with it, as long as they use the source material. As long as they use the source material, and Wedge is the commander, of course.
Yes, you have to have Wedge. All right, let's go to the next question to you, Nev. From Darson 1972 says, question, when will CG fix the GAC fleet bug? I reset my game, and it's crashed twice in fleet and cost me the win. It's beyond frustrating. I have not had a problem with that in ages. I didn't know that was still happening.
It is still happening.
Okay.
Happened to Ram B last night when he was doing
Ram Bam had it happen to him. Oh, that sucks. Must have been using Mace.
I was watching him when he did it, and I was just looking at the other monitor, and all of a sudden I just said, "Ah!" And I'm like, what happened? What happened? It's like crashed. But yeah, I was gutted for him.
It's been a while. I've not had it, to knock on wood, in a while, but I can't believe that's still happening. Yeah, they need to fix that. And I know that it's happened on, I've had the crash happen to me. It's not just an emulator thing. I've had that shit happen to me on the phone, where it's like, really? Maybe something happened with the emulator that you might be using, but the phone, really? The phone? Come on now.
Queen. Yeah.
That's pretty bad. So I don't know we don't have an answer for you, Darsong. We're kind of in the lurch here with as much as you are. So yeah, that sucks. All right. Let's see what's next question. All right, we'll go to use Loki for the next one from Darson 1972. It says, question, I have to give CG a huge thank you. The new Mandalorian Legendary is not only going to the guide immediately, but no relic requirements. This should. Darson, are you drunk, man? Your wording is all over. I can't. Should they just do this once a quarter? Thoughts. So he's saying, should they do something like this every quarter? No relic requirements. You just have to meet the 7 stars, and you can get certain characters. What do you think, Loki?
Yeah, it's a relief on everybody if you don't have a lot of requirements. I mean, I'm happy for it. We see now in other game modes that they're starting to do relics as requirements, which is terrible. But yeah, it's good to see this, and yeah, they should do it more often. It's kind of like a gift to the community, but they're going to make their time and money on gearing the character anyway. So might as well just give it to us and help us out a little bit, with character shards.
Yeah, I wonder what the event's going to be like. Now, it's cool, too, that they're doing a Galactic Chase. The Galactic Chase! Huzzah! for these, so you'll have the opportunity to go into Cantina and get IG and Quill, right, with Cantina, which I plan on doing starting Sunday. I'm gonna just be hoarding my Cantina energy, or Monday, whatever it is, and get ready to go bananas with Cantina and get those two characters, because I already got the other ones. Kara's done, Man and Grief have been done, so it's just getting those two. But I didn't on those two because I liked their kit, but I was like, nah. And then I saw Gideon, I'm like, yeah. That's the ticket, and I'm very happy I did, because Gideon is dumb. That dude is goddamn ridiculous on any team. Oh my god, he is worth the. I'm glad I spent the money on that dude. So yeah, we'll see if they do more stuff like this. I think if they could do something like this every quarter, it'd be kind of cool, right? I mean, we'll see what happens.
They should just do it more often, because again, they're going to make money on Relic 8 now, right? They keep adding all these layers. After you 7-star the tune, you are far from being done now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you 7-star it, you gear 11 it, and you're done, right? Way back, So now you got to put 3 Zetas. You got to put, they've added so many layers of cost on these tunes now that they should give us. They're giving us the double. They increased the character shard drop now, right? But
yeah,
just give us the damn 7-star tune, man, because Gear 13 Relic 8 is a long way to go.
It's a lot.
That's a long way to go.
Yes, indeed, sir. All right.
I think we're going to get, just to add, obviously this one's a hero's journey for the Beskar Mandalorian. I think the game's pretty set for the next 5 years when you look at the new shows and movies that they're planning to bring out over the next few years. CG ain't going to have any problems whatsoever, because Lucasfilm will be like, okay, we want you to do this character, this character, this character. Oh, and do this ship and this ship and this ship. Fleet Arena's just going to fill up once Rogue Squadron's out.
They need to, man.
X-Wings. Oof.
They need to. There's no joke about that. All right. Next question to my man Warrior up in Colorado, skiing and smoking weed. No, he doesn't smoke weed or ski or do anything but make money. Warrior, next question from Wolfell, and he says, do you believe the challenge pit had playtesters that thought Relic 5 was a good point, or did CG just go over the analytics and see mostly only Relic 3 to 4 and said screw most people?
I honestly believe that it wasn't their intent to say screw most people. I feel like it was twofold. One, at the highest end, they know that the top 30% of guilds have 25 or more players with Relic, a few teams of Relic 5 or more players, or Relic 5 characters like the GLs, and they knew it would take the GL teams or some weird combinations thereof, and they knew there was going to be some weird tweaky teams. Who knew thermal debts were going to be the thing, but I think they probably had a sneaky suspicion someone was going to figure that out. And then they figured, we have to make it a challenge, because we bring something out that everybody just does immediately easy, then everybody's going to be like, lame sauce. So it's got to be hard. And by the way, everybody cleared it on day one, like at the highest end, which, for the record, a year and a half ago and 4 years ago and 5 years ago and all that, when we did in Team Instinct, when we did the first territory battles, light side, and the first territory battles dark side, and the Sith, when we cleared it, it was like we were like one of like 3 teams or whatever, or the first team ever to get 33 stars or 45 stars, or the first team ever to do Sith. It was like one team could do it, and then everyone else had to wait like 6 months, or other teams had to wait like a month, or what I mean. Like, the highest end content was just plumb unavailable for the vast majority of pretty much everyone, and then they would evolve into strategies and time and stuff. This thing was released, and a few hundred guilds at a minimum cleared it on the first day. And then there's going to be a few thousand high-end guilds that are going to clear this in the first month through the analytics. And so, as bad as it is for there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of guilds that aren't going to clear it, and I know that it's frustrating. I think it was about as balanced as it could be for new content, and to be high end, challenging, fun, but still available. I mean, it's really hard. Like, they bringing out the most free to play character they've ever done, literally throwing him into the events guide right on day one, and saying, well, whenever you can get to him, we're going to make the characters more farmable for you right on day one, so you can free to play farm those characters. We're going to make it gear level 10 for you. Gear level 10 prerequisites. Like, what? Gear level 10, a lot of people have that sitting in their, gear. And then they bring out a raid where Relic 10, and I get it. I've seen some of the teams out there, like, if my Force Canada buddies were to run it, they would get stuck in phase 1, halfway through phase 1 probably, and be like, this was dumb. Why did we even try this one? And then other people are clearing it. And so if you're the team where you're 200 million in, and you're like, we're 200 million DP and we got halfway through phase 1, this is dumb. Stop, relax, it's okay, because what will happen is in about 6 weeks, there's going to be 4 teams that will be figured out that 25 people will need for the whole guild to clear. And you'll need like 20 or 25 people with those 4 teams, and you'll be able to clear it. And then you'll just need to make sure that, 20 to 25 people in your guild have those 4 teams, and it'll be mastered. So, but it just takes the other teams to kind of run through this and master this. And that's every time, everywhere that new content comes out. So it is a bit frustrating. I will give everybody that when the newest content comes out, that you can't run with the big dogs at first, but they kind of have to set that high precedence, or for all the higher end guilds, 250 and beyond, it's lame sauce if they were to have it any easier than what they had set it for. And I'll be honest, I went in, I did like my first runs in phase 1, I got like 3 million, and then I was done for the night. And then I went back in and they were done with it, and I was like poopy, and I was like 35 in the guild for damage. I was like, dang it, I only got 3 pieces of that new stuff. I was like, no. So it is what it is. But
Yeah.
Other guilds, are going to get, skunked and get zeros and not be able to get anything, and other guilds are going to clear it faster. But just time heals all wounds with these kinds of things, and guilds will get information over time, and you'll be able to clear it soon enough.
Yeah, I think we're in phase 3, and we're still trying to figure it out, right? I mean, we're getting information from all 1 and 2, like, this is what their teams are using and stuff. And we're in a little bit unique position because some of us have those teams and some don't, so the officers are trying to coordinate. And like yesterday, we were doing phase 2, like, you guys go in, and we were holding our damage just to see that we make sure we had enough people that had the damage. So because in the Rancor raid, what makes it so uniquely different than it was before is like every time you take 20% off him, the Rancor, it gets harder and harder and harder because he hits harder and harder and harder. So you have to really coordinate. And it's just like anything else. You just have to coordinate. You'll figure it out. We're probably not going to get it this first run just because we're still trying to figure out who's got what and everything. So it's not that big a deal. We'll get to it. I mean, we're 330 million guild, and not everybody has the best team to use in each phase. So it's about coordination and things like that. It'll come. Again, I mean, it'll happen. So don't worry about it, guys. All right. Looks like we had Micro W103 from Her Royal Majesty's Secret Gaming Service here.
My what's R5?
What?
You said who's got what? I've got what? He's R5. I'm in the same guild
Mike,
as you.
I'll mute you right off the bat. I'm not in the mood,
Ooh.
man.
Oh, okay. Well,
Listen,
you said
Mike,
who's got what?
Listen, Mike. I am not up for your English today. All right, buddy. All right. So just keep it simple. All right. All right.
I think he said that all in one syllable. I didn't understand it, man.
He's like,
I'm excited. Leave me alone.
A war start, Mike. You ready for a question there, Michael?
Go on then. Give us a giggle.
All right. Too right. Nightmare says question. Says there's a bunch of screenshots of obvious APK APKing by guilds, slowing the rank or challenge raid. Should the whole guild be punished or just the player who cheated?
Ooh. So I would say, initially, I would say just the players that are cheating. Actually, no, the whole guild. You'd have to take it all away, because the rest of them have got rewards through illegal methods as such. And I don't know. Did anyone read the new terms? I just hit agree and carried on playing when it came up with
you better start reading
EA.
Mike, you better start reading that stuff. You're going to end up a human centipede, and we're not going to.
Yeah,
no
I
one's gonna
know.
feel bad
I
for
know.
you.
It's just a case of, you know what? If I disagree with it, I can't play the game. So it's a case of, if I want to play the game, I've got to agree. So irrespective of whatever, I have to hit agree if I want to continue playing. Because you can't play it if you disagree, can you?
Yeah, that's how it works, Mike. Move on to
Yeah.
So back to the
So
whole
it's a case
APKing thing.
So back to the APK thing. I would say the entire guild should have everything rescinded, revoked.
Yeah, I agree.
It has to be that way. I mean, you know, otherwise it's a case of, well, why take away YouTubers' accounts because effectively they haven't earned that account or whatever. Yeah, you can't, if you set out terms and conditions in the entire game, you can't then cherry pick which ones you want to enforce and which ones you don't. So that'll be an interesting one. If it's proven, then we will need to see that these guilds have had their rewards removed.
Yeah. And
otherwise, it's a case of, let's all get APKs. Sorry.
No, let's not do that. We do not condone getting APKs
but
here. So
no, but you know
the
what
views
I mean.
of Michael W. Hunton III do not necessarily coincide with our.
Oh,
SG.
they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
Mike, you're coming in. I can't hear you, Mike. Pads are static.
It's pantomime season. Play, work with me.
But no,
you have pantomimes in America.
It's situational. I do agree that if someone hacked, it's unfortunate. Maybe the guild didn't realize it. But yeah, the rewards all got to come back. But who gets banned and what? That's a trickier. Obviously,
the banning would be the APKs. Yes.
Right. That's obvious. But
yes,
CG can look at everything. Like if there's any communications that they can find in game or whatnot. I mean, you got to be pretty dumb if you're communicating.
I mean, if you've done that, then
you deserve to get. Yeah, you also deserve to get a ban. But it's not like they can go into someone's Discord or something. So. Like you can't. It's hard to. They'd have to try to prove intent on these other players. That's like, did they know? And so it's really hard. He gets into to prove that. But yeah, anybody that uses an APK should be banned. And any guild that got the rewards, they should lose their stuff and then make it clear. Maybe don't use APKs, and if we catch you, we'll ban you. And now, I think the guild should have less damage done to them if they caught it themselves and said, "Hey. We caught our own person APK, and we're sending this to UCG. Work with us." That's different than someone trying to get away with it
completely.
And trying
but
to be
how often does that
it.
happen?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have the data.
Yeah.
That's up to CG to enforce that nonsense. So.
No, I'm just thinking that if they did kind of do it in game chat, then they deserve to go on to the Darwin Awards, really, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
That really.
I'm good.
I've actually seen it a lot where, like in like Facebook, people are like, what the hell? Because they got one guy, who does like 36 million and everybody else does like 2 million and they don't clear it. And they're like, who's this jackwagon? He won't respond to me, And so they report him to Capital Games. And I'm like, good on them for, catching it or whatever.
But that's what you want, isn't it? Because nobody wants to, unfortunately, it's, the entire guild will be tainted with this. So the best way is to report it, is to highlight it, is to call, if nothing else, to ask for that particular player to be investigated, to check their records and make sure, have they done this legitimately? We can't see how, How did they clear it all with a Gear 10 cup, and that's it?
Well, I was going to say, you can tell when they have one Relic 5 and they do 28 million in damage, that they did not do 28 million in damage with one Relic 5.
Yeah.
You know it was APK.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you need at least 2 for that, don't you?
All right.
Yeah, I answered the question.
Thanks, Mike. You got us in trouble again too. All right. Back up top. No, we did Mike. No, yeah, Mike. Okay, we're back up top to Nev. Epic fails is the next question, Nev. And he says, question: It is BS. The new loot boxes for Galactic challenges took out the prizes for tier 6 if beaten 1 key card away from final box. So you have to beat tier 6 and 7 to get both prizes now. I don't know about this. I just went into tier 7 and cleared everything. So I don't know about this. Are you familiar with what he's talking about here?
No, I'm not. I'm stuck at tier 4 on most of my accounts. So yeah, I very rarely get beyond tier 5.
Anybody familiar with this?
There's an APK for that.
So
God damn it, Mike.
I don't know about that because what you can do is you can go into for me, I went into tier 6 and I did it with my Kylo, and so he cleared everything below except for using Empire team.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got everything but Empire, and then I went into the tier below and used my imps, and they cleared everything prior for Empire. And so I'm just missing the one thing for Empire, which is 5. And then I went to the next one and used him and got everything but imps, empires. So I'm just missing 12 for not using Empire on the last 2 challenges or whatever.
Okay.
So it's because you can use different teams for different challenges. So it's, if he goes and uses a different team or whatever for the higher challenge, he can still get more of those key cards at the higher levels and unlock the next box, because I'm at the second highest box and I get everything. But I do kind of see what he's saying, because to get the last box, I have to get all 12 key cards to get the last box, which makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I haven't done the Empire for the last 2 tiers, so it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, we have to see how the
some
rewards.
Good videos for it.
Yeah, we have to see the reward structure of when we finally get
Sorry.
the boxes and what they're going to be, as compared to getting the loot as you went along. If it's the same or better, then I think it's okay. If it's not, then yeah, I think
it's the same. It's actually cumulatively everything that you were getting. The only difference is they're throwing it now in a box and making you wait till the end to get it at once, so you feel better about what you're getting, even though you're getting identically the exact same rewards that you got before.
all right.
They're just making you get all your tier rewards together at one time at the end, and they're making you get it in your inbox at the end. And before, you could do each tier. So whatever tier you were able to do before and get individual rewards, those tiers you were able to accomplish, you're getting thrown into a box and made wait to the end of the challenge. So there's no difference except for you're getting key cards that unlock that box at the end, basically. But now you have to unlock that box, where before you got the rewards for that specific challenge. So there's a possibility now you may not have enough key cards to unlock the next box.
Sure.
Whereas you would have before always gotten dollar for dollar your reward, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Do you kind of draw direct comparisons with this from the early awful APK tournaments, where we were all having to spend? Do you not? I mean, it's kind of like
you're not
you have
spending
to wait
anything. You just go in there and you do it, man. It's just
but what I mean is with the rewards at the end of it, kind of thing. Yeah. I'm just.
But you're not competing against anybody but yourself, right?
True. Yeah.
You
true.
know, so it's not where I place does not have any impact on anything else. So it's just.
I want a payout button so you don't have to wait 3 days. I'm not gonna get the last 12 key cards. So I don't give a crap. Let me pay out. I wanna slice one of my mods, man.
They screwed up my Friday too, because I always did Mando Fridays with Mod Fridays, and then now it's gone. That was my joy.
Well,
we're all missing the fact that they're playing to our emotions, and what we're all gonna get is this massive endorphin rush when we finally get to click on the box. What's in the box?
Step 1, put a hole in the box. Step 2, Put your rewards in that box. All right.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where you were going with that.
Step 3, open up the box, and that is how we do it. It's my rewards in the box. All right.
Step 5, Kleenex. Nope.
Mike?
Hmm?
Mike?
Hello. Can you? I'm trying to get the sunset, but I don't think it's showing up really well.
No, we've all seen sunsets before. It's okay, Mike.
Okay.
All right. Who was that? That was Nev. Okay. Next one to Shaloki. From our good friend What Else Any 3 says, what would be the best option for a Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Knight Revan, Hermit Yoda team on defense? Just a typical Darth Revan Sith Empire team?
To beat it? Is that what he said?
Yes, to beat it.
Sorry,
So,
you broke up a little bit for me.
Jedi Master Luke, JKL, JKR, Hermit Yoda on defense. Just a typical Darth Revan Sith Empire team to take that on?
Yeah, it's Jedi Master Luke lead, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming here because he put that first. Jedi Master Luke with Jedi Luke.
And he's in GAC?
I'm assuming this is for GAC. He didn't say GAC.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you could do so. There's actually a team you can do. You can do a 3v5 on Jedi Master Luke. Actually, after this, we're doing our GACs, right, Ranger?
I am not. I did mine last night on Zareth. I didn't realize I had to do my GAC, but we can show yours.
Oh, I got to do mine, so you got to stream for me then.
I don't have to do
Nev told me I have to do it on
goddamn thing. Look, you've lost. Okay, I'll do it.
You don't look, Loki. I've said. We said this before. To be included into the GA center for next season, all you need, you can stream it. You don't have to stream it. You can just record it and post it if you need, if you want, if it's more convenient.
No, I'll stream it for the
You're gonna stream it so you can be so that we can.
Well, I did the first one, so yeah, I'm in, right, because I did my first battle. But anyway,
it's next season. It's next season.
What do you mean next season? Oh, so I don't have to stream this time.
You don't have no. You only need to be doing it for next season.
Oh,
you're not
crap.
in the league at the moment.
I'll do it for the skewers anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to the question, I'm going to stream my GAC then after this, and then I have a Jedi Master Luke team I have to beat, and the team I'm going to use is Revan, Bastila, and Watt. That's what I'm going to use. 3v5. Yeah. That thing will take down Jedi Master Luke lead with Super Jedi in arena, no problem. But if you feel comfortable doing a full, so the thing is you need Watt. You need the weapon tech on Darth Revan because it gives him a ton of turn meter, so he can get fear off and all his abilities because that's going to screw up all the Jedi. But maybe you can put Watt with your Sith Empire
even
team?
if their team has Watt on their team.
Well, no, it's Jedi Master Luke lead, so normally they don't run Watt on those teams. Usually the Watt.
I've seen that team you're talking about. I've actually seen that exact composition you're talking about, but with Watt as their fifth.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Well, he's gonna give the tank tech to Luke anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, did What Else 73 say that there was Watt in the team or no?
He did not say just Hermit Yoda.
Yeah, because I mean, Warrior has a good point because then the tank tech's going to cleanse Luke, right? That's the problem. But if he doesn't have Watt and Jedi Master Luke is the leader, you can try a Sith Empire team, but put Watt as your fifth, or you can do the 3v5. The other team I'm working on too is there's a couple videos already of it, but a General Grievous team can beat Jedi Master Luke now, no problem.
Yeah, I just don't use. Yeah, I mean, if I'm putting him on defense, sure, just to make just to have him on defense. But I'm using for offense. It's Jedi Master Luke is not the lead that I'm going with, unfortunately. So, but
no, he's pretty bad on defense. If you have him as the leader, he's just awful. He's better to save for offense. But yeah, those are the two teams I would probably use that are not GL, and you can surprise your opponent with them.
All right. So next question. Well, we got kind of two. One's a quick one, and then one's a little bit more in depth. There, Warrior. So we'll start with Jay, and we'll start with you, Warrior. We'll go with everybody, but then he says, "Question: Are you happy with the GC rewards overall?" Warrior.
Is that to me?
Yeah.
GC rewards.
Yeah, Galactic challenges.
The box. What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Like I said, I checked my old rewards versus the new rewards, and they're like identical. The only difference is I have to get the key cards to unlock the new box, and so I can't get access, to that highest tier box unless I get those last 12 key cards. So it's kind of hard to get those last couple of items, but whatever. And so I'm not going to get them, but it's basically, it's semantically the same. So yeah, it's fine. It's basically the same thing. What I don't like is having to wait. I think at some point in progress, you realize like I'm done. And so like pay me out. It's kind of like, like you're at the, you're at the tables and you're like, I want to be done. Just let me go home. So you just want a payout button. And so they make you wait 3 days. So I really wish they just had the ability to just, take your money and run kind of thing. Cause I could use the materials. So making all of us wait to get our inbox prizes 3 days later is dumb. But aside from that, I think it's fine. I think the rewards are fine. And I think the whole point of us waiting is because I think there's a perception issue. I think people think, the Galactic challenges have crappy rewards. Because at least when I came in, people were like, yeah, Galactic challenges have sucky rewards. And I was like, what? Because I was like, damn, these are good. And I was doing it cumulatively in my head. I was like, this is good. Good. It's really great. Yeah. And everybody else was like, no, they kind of suck. And I was like, no, they're kind of good. So I think they're making them cumulative. So you have to open them up and be forced to see them all in one box,
Yeah. And plus we're getting it twice a week. So, I'll take it,
Yeah. Anytime we're getting it twice a week, that's a good thing for us guys.
Yeah. That's extra. That's extra everything. All right. The other question I wanted to pose to you, Warriors, since that was pretty, quick. Elliot Worsfold says, question, why are the rewards to the new raid poop? I got rank 9 and got purple gear. Well, welcome to the world of raiding in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where this happens all the time in all the raids. I think there's
I was going to say I got 35, and aside from the 3 pieces of the arrow magnifiers, or whatever they call them, I think they call them arrow magnifiers, which was trash. That is genuine trash. I really feel like that has to be addressed because, I'm going to have a whopping like 3 gear 8s in a month, like, come on, this is, or 2 gear 8s in a month. And that'll be after I spend $100, you know what I mean? This is ridiculous. They've got to address that. Outside of that, the other rewards are randomized. I saw people at like 12th place that got worse rewards than me at 35th. I got a fully crafted gear 12 plus piece. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll take that. Plus I saw other people getting like 50, stun cuffs. So, things like that is not horrible. I mean, it's not like amazing, but it's not horrible either when you're getting gear 12 or, gear 11, gear 12 pieces, fully crafted, things like that. I don't think that that's bad. It is the Rancor. So, I mean, it's supposed to be something where you get a couple of like fully crafted pieces or like 50 of something. And you know what I mean? So
it's about the Relic 8 stuff. Let's not kid each other, folks. I mean, the higher the rank, the more you're getting in that. So.
Right. And so I think the other pieces were fine ish, but it's randomized. And so it's kind of, some people got some better stuff. Like I was like, yeah, fully crafted. That's great. And then I trashed it for relic material.
There you go.
I know, because I had 3 of them. So I was like, trash it, because he got me lots of high-end relic material. But it's the relic 8 material that I'm really concerned about, because the arrow magnifier is like 3 is just not enough for. And I looked and it's like anyone over 25, so half the guild's going to get 3 or less, and that is not going to cut it for half the guild. It honestly isn't, and half the guild is going to be pissed simply because even if you play, I mean, even if you're like doing amazing, like half the guild's going to do amazing and half the guild's going to do less amazing. Yeah. And so half the guild,
especially if you're being a team player, right? You're just going in with a team.
This happened in the Sith raid too. This is why I quit trying in the Sith raid, because when I was trying, I would hit like 26th or 27th, and because we just had so many high-end players, and you're just like,
fudge knuckles, like I just barely missed. And it's like, whatever, screw it. And they, if you didn't get top 10, you didn't get shit. Excuse my language. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever, just quit.
Yeah, sorry, shit.
So like, whatever. So you just give up. Well, in this one, if you're not going to get top 10 again, you're not going to get any kind of semblance of normal rewards for arrow magnifiers. And so I don't know why they insist on doing that, because they know it's already high-end guild only that's going to be participating in these. They should make it where, everyone gets 10 arrow magnifiers, and then the top 10 get like an extra, the top 5 through 10 get an extra 3, and then like, fifth place gets like 16, fourth place gets like 18, second place gets like 20, and first place gets like 25. Like, come on, stop being so stingy with those pieces.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Lord Clee, what was your rewards for the raid? What'd you end up getting? Where'd you place? Anything good?
I can go back and check. No, I got a bunch of gold gear. It was good.
Okay.
I think I got a full piece of something.
Okay. There you go.
But I got second place rewards, and then I got 12th place last night.
Okay.
But I was happy with both. It's mainly just gold gear. I know somebody in our group got 2 full cryotechs. That was pretty good.
That's nice.
So 2 full cryotechs at like 8th place or something. So you get your, what was it, 8 relic pieces, or 8 relic pieces, and then 2 cryos. Man, sounds pretty damn good.
All right.
But,
all right. Next question, Mike. Are you there? Are you still in the store purchasing BS? All right, Mike's not there. We'll skip Mike. All right, we'll go to you, Nev. And this is a around the corn question. It's actually a pretty good one. From Nightmare says, question, around the corn, how would you grade CG on their 2020 year in SWGOH? So the year overall this year. We'll go to you, Nev. Let's see. What rank? We'll just go. Let's just use the old basic lettering system. A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, or F.
I'll give it a B-.
Okay.
Because the first 3 months of the year weren't incredible, but since April, it's been really good. The Vader, JKL,
all the
Mandalorian content. So yeah, I'd give it a B-.
All right, Loki, what would you give it?
I agree, like a B.
Okay.
It's been good, but they've had some shortfalls here and there. But overall, it's been good.
Yeah, I'm at that B+, higher end, a little bit higher end, A-, right? It's right around there. I'm not sure what it would be, but yeah, I'd probably lean toward the B+, just because the first part of the year with the first 2 Galactic Legends, oh my Lord in heaven, no communication, all kinds of stuff. So, but they really have picked it up since then, and I mean, it's been really good. Warrior, what would you rate it?
I'd give them a solid C. And I'd say that's because it went from me quitting in January to earning back the opportunity to come back and give them another shot. So there's still a huge window of opportunity for them to improve the game. Every aspect of the game could be improved, but I will give credit where credit's due. There are things about the game that a year ago were absolutely atrocious that have improved, and any improvement is better than no improvement, as far as everything. I mean, just every part, as far as adding things such as the content, adding quality characters, adding mod, changing the ability to fix mods, even though it's really slow progress, adding better rewards, so all those things, even though it's slow, it's they have done improvements, and communication and things like that. So they've taken all the things I wanted to see kind of grow slowly and improve, and then they've instead of moving the bar or the needle a lot, they've moved it a little bit, which is better than 2019, because they went stagnant in 2019 and did virtually nothing in all of 19, and then of course to the beginning of 2020 was just like straw that broke the camel's back. But so a solid C, but room for improvement and a possibility to give them that plus to a B.
All right, no, I'm with you there. That's a good assessment. And Mikey, you back yet? Last call for Mike. All right, Mike's purchasing eggs or something.
Yeah, no, I'm queuing. Oh, sorry, I just took a picture of Warrior Energy Drink.
All right. Oh my God,
That's
Mike,
pretty cool. I
Okay.
didn't know that you'd branched into energy drinks, mate. When did you do that? Kudos.
I'm everywhere.
That's right.
Aren't you just?
All
Just
right.
by the by, I haven't actually been able to say this. It's great to have you back.
I appreciate that.
It's wonderful. I mean, mate, you're fantastic content provider. You provide great insight to the game, and it's wonderful that you're
And he has
you're back
wonderful
with us all.
stories that you can just sit by the campfire.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, I've heard many of them. And then, Mike, what would you rate this year for Star Wars?
B. Give us a loadout for ships.
All right, so B.
We seriously still do
Positive
not
scores,
have
but
loadout
not
for
super
ships.
positive. Yeah, so positive scores all around, on average. So,
Let me
all right, Mike, go
mute.
back on mute. Yeah, because we can hear like all the British people yelling at each other. All right, so we didn't have Loki. Next question. I don't know how much you can really answer this, but maybe give your insights. Billy against this question: with Beskar Mando coming this week, where does he fit in the meta in PvP or PvE? We don't even have his kit, so it's not really. I mean, do you think he'll be a PvP solid character, or do you think this is going to be more of a PvE character, or maybe a mixture of both, Loki? Or do you have to wait till you see his kit to really make an assessment like that?
Yeah, we have to really see his kit. I mean, he's going to be light side, right? So can he go into a Ray team? I'm going to try it. If he has a bounty hunter payout, then he's not plug and play, right? Sadly. But being light side, and we do need more light side bounty hunters.
Yeah.
I'm hoping then you can use them in light side GOTB, because, you know, like you, I have a maxed out Mando and Grief that just sit on the bench for light side GOTB.
I can't really do much with them.
And it sucks. Yeah, because they brought out Quill. I mean, that's why I gave them a B, because they brought out Quill and IG-11, and you can't use them. You really can't use them in light side GOTB under a bounty hunter tag to get those payouts for Mando. So if he has a bounty hunter tag and he has a payout, I'm leaning toward I mean, you can't even use him in PvE, right? So he's got to be a GAC tune, territory war tune. That's what it's all dependent on. And we won't know until we get the kit. But if for some reason he breaks the rules and maybe he doesn't have a payout, I don't know. Maybe he's kind of like how they did with the Imperial Troopers, where you have Gideon and you have Piet now, that kind of broke the trend of Imperial Trooper, where they don't share their unique anymore. Mm-hmm. Maybe he does that for the bounty hunters. I don't know. I'd be curious to see that. And maybe he has something OP already on cooldown. I don't know. But it would be cool if he had an ability that had a really, really high cooldown, but if the bounty hunters hit payout, then the cooldown goes to zero, right? It becomes active. So you can use him either way, right? He's like a BB-8 that has a 50 cooldown of something, right? And there's two ways to reduce the cooldown. So if they do something like that, then he would be more PvP, PvE focused. But if they stick to the same template of bounty hunters, where you can only activate payout with other bounty hunters, then he's going to be pretty limited in use.
All right. Mike is still purchasing supplies.
I'm not. I'm back.
Well, you'll have to wait your turn because it's Warrior's turn.
So I was just going to throw in. Do you reckon that your phone will reach out and unscrew one of your nuts and kind of like play with it?
What?
Like the kid does with Mando's ship. Oh no. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. He's carrying it around with him, isn't he? No spoilers. No spoilers here. Keep on.
I got one R5.
All right. Mike, we'll come to you next. But Warrior, you're up, and we've got two questions for you, specifically for you. First one is from Darsign 1972. It says, question. I'll move my mic a little bit. So the question for you, Warrior, is Warrior, as a returning player, what is your priorities for characters right now? I haven't left the game. I haven't left the game, but what advice and tips would you give to returning players so they can have the most fun?
Well, I guess to have the most fun.
Check your mic, Warrior. You're coming in robotic and far away.
All right, 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Sound like Skynet Warrior there for a second.
Give it a sexy voice.
No, it's when the fish people turn that. Or
crab
was it the lizard?
Crab people.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Okay,
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
I don't know why it does that.
I know when your phone does that. You know, it happens.
The kid just gave you your nut back, didn't he?
No, stop it, Mike.
Foreigner said Warrior sounds like Grievous when he does that, man. That's pretty good.
That's hilarious. Well, you know, people don't know if I'm a real human or not, so it could be an alien.
That's true.
Could be a thing. I just have to put my emulator back in before you guys realize what's up.
Neither confirmed nor denied.
If you leave, there's a reason, right? We leave because we're unhappy. We don't quit games that we enjoy. We quit games because we're dissatisfied for some reason. So if we're coming back, it's because there was something we miss about it. Probably the community first, and then the game second. But and we're hoping that things have gotten better, and we're willing to give it a second chance. And so for people coming back, I think the biggest thing is for me is I when I was here the first time, it was like I was in it to win it. I had to be number one. I had to be number one in ships. I had to be number one in arena. I had to be this. I don't care. I do not care anymore. I'm just playing it to have fun. Yesterday I was, working, and I got, I think, 31st in ships, whatever. Who cares? Like, I did not have the ability to climb. I don't care. Whatever. Like, okay, 100 crystals or 50 crystals, whatever. It is what it is. The day before I got first place, if I have time, whoopee, if I don't, so what? Like, I have to, and I had to create the mentality that if I can, wonderful, play, have fun. If I can't, so what? And that has been a freeing but challenging mentality to have. It is a very difficult mentality to create, but once you have it, it is freeing. It is almost that free to play mentality in that sense that you can kind of let go and let live. And so if you can have that as a returning player, it will really free you, because a lot of people do quit because of that competitiveness of them and that inability to compete anymore without spending money, right? Because we get caught in that, oh shoot, I got to spend another $1,500, or I got to spend another $500, or I got to spend another $200 on a new character or something, that you're just like, I'm not going to spend another $200. And so you feel the need that you have to spend, and you're not going to spend. So what do you have to do? You feel the need to quit. So if you can get to that, I don't have to compete. I don't have to do that. I don't have, the 2 new characters come out, you gear them up as much as you can, and then you say, I'll wait till they're free to play farmable. It sucks for my guild, oh well, they'll have to wait, they'll have to wait for me. They'll either be patient or they'll kick me. It's like, if they can be patient, then God bless them. But if they can't, then I suppose then I can't be with them. So hopefully they can be patient. I hope they can. But, I want to be in the highest competitive guild that'll take me, that can wait for me to be free to play farmable on those types of characters, because I'm not going to wail on every new character that comes out. That's where I'm at emotionally. So as a returning player, you have to set boundaries for yourself, and then clearly explain those boundaries to the people you're going to play with. This is where I'm at. I'm not going to be hyper competitive, or I am, or whatever your boundaries are. Am I going to wail? Am I not going to wail? I'm not afraid of spending, $100 here, $100 there, but I'm also not going to, drop $5,000 in the next month to get, everything in the game.
Yeah.
So I think people need to understand kind of where they're at, communicate that, and then do assessments to see how you're feeling, and where you're at, and how are you enjoying it, and where where you're feeling and lies and stuff. And I have to say, Jedi Master Adastra is in Team Instinct. She wasn't when I left. She is now, and we've had a couple of territory wars now, and they were like, come on in, and they've taken me in, and I was like, oh shoot, my roster sucks. not only are my mods all messed up from over a year of not modding correctly for all the evolution, but I'm missing, 3 of the GLs, Jedi Knight Luke, plus my only GL didn't have before lock the ultimate. So I'm like a turd in the high end guilds, but they were like, that's fine. We'll take you, it's okay. We'll work you through, but they've been super patient and everything. And they have a really like, it's okay attitude. And it's been really nice to see that this like flow with it coming from above, and like, it's okay, like this is what it is, it's a team, and hearing their chat and just being part of a team again and stuff, it's been fun. And then being a part of a higher end guild, seeing everybody work as a team and stuff, just it's what I missed. And so I think if you get plugged into the right team composition again, you'll see what you were missing. It is really the community that you do this for to begin with.
All right. And then the next question, Warrior, for you, that was from Nightmare, says, question for Warrior: is it better to use our mod 3.0 mats on mods with all great secondaries, or chasing speed on those 20 to 24 speed mods with 4 rolls?
It depends on the character. I mean, I always chase speed because speed is inevitably something you'll never have enough of. To this day, I mean, literally, they're like, you need this, and this. And I'm just like robbing Peter to pay Paul, meaning I'm stealing speed off of someone to put it on someone else because I just don't have enough of it. So I think you have to chase speed no matter what. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you're looking at modding Kylo and you're looking at offense percentage and you can roll them bad boys up, I mean, do it, because when you get into those relics, percentage health, percentage offense, some of those things are insane when you start doing that. A Grievous with percentage health, a Kylo with percentage offense, SLKR. So some of those characters, those are way more important than, an extra 5 speed. So it's way more important than an extra 5 speed potential. So it just matters on the character. But at the end of the day, it's not about getting an extra 5 speed on a mod because you want an extra 5 speed on a mod for this one character. It's about getting a roster of extra speed for all of those speedy characters that you have, and we'll just never have enough. And this year, I'll give it to CG. They've brought more high-end, quality, exceptionally made characters than any other year in the history of this game. And to that, you want to use them all and you want to mod them all. And unfortunately, you need mods for them all. And if you didn't, if you had a problem modding before 2020, you've got an exceptional problem modding now. If you didn't before, you do now. And so that is a huge problem, is modding. And so luckily, a lot of the characters they brought out aren't super speed sensitive, but a lot of the teams we're using now do require a few speedy characters. So good luck with the speed. You're going to have to go for it no matter what. Quick tip on speed: sell your whites. Roll any green or blue that shows speed, any green or blue that pop to an 8 or a 9. Roll those as high as you can to see if you can get as high as you can, and then that's it. If anything is green or blue and doesn't pop on speed, just leave them alone. If they pop on speed, then chase those. The ones that pop, chase.
Yeah, blue 5s kiss my ass. So let's go to the way of the dodo.
Yep.
Just like, nope. Moving on. I don't want to look at you anymore. All right. Next question. Mike, are you back? Are you still in the store fighting the crowd?
He's here.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm just leaving the park.
Okay. Let's see here. Ice House, for you, Mike, this question: could you see the Mando Journey event including any new characters similar to what Zori Bliss was in the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren event?
I thought they'd already announced that you have to wail out on the new characters.
No, not the characters you need for the event, but that we would see some other characters in the event itself.
Oh, yes, I think we're going to. Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, with the show, I mean, the fact that every Friday you go onto the game, first thing that pops up on your screen is Mandalorian new episode streaming today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that alone says to me that they're going to be investing into more characters. Yes.
Yeah, we'll probably see. I don't know what. I mean, it depends on how they do the story arc here and how it's going to look.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
we'll probably get some. We'll probably get some characters maybe from the show or something. I don't know. It depends on how they do it.
And also I'm just wondering now whether or not. I mean, I've seen the Ahsoka's getting her own show.
Yeah.
She may or may not be in the Mandalorian series.
We know she was, but don't say anything else.
Okay. And there may be other characters that we've already encountered in the Star Wars universe.
Leave it at that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's the room for expansion is just there already. I mean, just as you're asking me the question, I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, there's this, and this, and hey, this is Star Wars, so there's ships as well. So maybe I'm a fan of ships. Ships is such a great revenue source for anyone free to play or whatever. Yeah. Your struggle to climb the arena, the squad arena, but the ship arena kind of is a bit easier. So ships, I would like to see more ships in the game. I mean, considering it's Star Wars and, you need a ship to get from planet to planet, there should be some more of those as well. And there's quite a lot of that in there as well. Maybe even a new capital ship or two. Ooh. Oh. So, yeah, I mean, yes, there's so much in. Brilliant series, by the way. I'm loving it.
All right.
I actually watched Mandalorian fight that dude in Game of Thrones on the back of it.
Mike?
Oberyn Martell? Spoiler alert. He is also the Mandalorian. Oh. That's not a spoiler alert.
I know that's from Game of Thrones. I'm joking. Just all right. All right. Next question for Nev. From Wolfell. He says, question. CG has done more for endgame, veteran, and newer players. Why have they decided to screw the mid-game or not provided them with the same consideration like they have the others? You're a mid-tier player. What do you think? Is Wolfell onto something here, or what do you think?
I think there's plenty. There's already enough in the game for early players and mid-game players. I think there's plenty in there already. Not to mention the fact that we've got all of these wonderful new characters that have come in this year. That mid-game people can go for, and when you take into consideration maybe not so much JML, but definitely Sith Emperor Palpatine. It's easier for a mid-game player to go for that GL than maybe a Rey or a Slacker or a Jedi Master Luke. So I think that there's plenty in, and then obviously they've just done all of these. They've just done the economy rejig, which is great for great for new game players and great for mid game players, because they'll be able to farm for more factions and build up their rosters better. So I think there's plenty in the game. I think this year has been a great year for new players, early game and mid game players.
All right. Next question for Loki. This is from let's see. For you, from Nightmare Loki. So question is, for Loki, how do you like the gear rewards for the Ranker challenge? Do you see CG fixing or changing the amount of arrow magnifiers that the bottom of the guild players receive?
I mean, I hope they do, but right now I think it's fine. I don't know. I maybe they do. I don't know. It's hard to say. Give it another month and I think we'll have this thing on farm. Are they encouraging murking? Then, yeah, they are. If we talked about cheating earlier, but again, okay, the cheaters are going to cheat. They're going to get this one relic mat. You kind of have to think CG secretly probably wants this, because when these players get these relic mats, they're going to want to go to Relic 8. And we all know Relic 8 is stupid expensive. And that's the only place you can use them. So, as a player that's cheating to get these mats, you still got to burn all the other relic mats to get to use it, right? And I'll be honest with you, like, I mean, I have 2 Relic 8 tunes, and they didn't do any better in the challenge Rancor raid than a Relic 7 one. So you know, I think it's okay, but yeah, I see Nightmare's point that the bottom, you know, if you're coming like, even if you come in 17th place, right? I think you only get 3.
5? Is it 3 or 5?
Is it 5 or 3? Yeah, I mean, when it gets down to about 3, that's pretty bad. You know, you should at least get 5. Then at least you do 4 of these, and you have a chance to relegate. You know, you still have to craft that other piece, which is terrible because you need like 100, you know, med packs, and like you need like all that health one, right? You need the health one or the stun gun or the bayonet piece. You need about 100 of those to craft that other piece, just to get 10 of them, right? Which is stupid. So
all right.
Yeah, they meant this to be a slow grind, and it is.
All right. Let's see here. We got 2 questions for Warrior, so we'll continue in the second Warrior, but let's give another one to Mike from John Rand for you, Mikey. Question: any chance Beskar Mando brings us a Mandalorian tag finally in the game?
Oh, no, not a hope. It'd be wonderful if they did, but yeah, I forget where I was chatting about this yesterday. It's kind of like with all the Mandalorians or the Mando tunes in game already, including Sabine and Super Pooper and all the rest of it. You know, there's so many in there. It would be lovely to get that. You know, I mean, the irony that there's a Tusken tag and there's 3 of them, and they've done Jack since 2015, but we can't have, you know, but. Okay, so let me revise that. I would say the likelihood is quite high that we will get some form of tag in the next year or so. Just because there are.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this. Leave it at that.
That's where I'd go with that. And then I'm going to have to say goodbye.
All right. Well, it's perfect.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Be good, everyone.
Well, the game of question, you had to go. I mean, that's perfect. That's the way you want to go. So
there you go.
All right, Mike. You have a great rest of your day, man. Keep recovering, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Next 2 questions are for Warrior. First one's from Nightmare Warrior. He says, question for Warrior. Did you hear we finally found a great use for Rose Taco in the game? Yeah, we send her in first and she gets eaten by the Rancor.
Yeah, so does Gas.
Not if you send Rose in first.
I found that out. I took in the 500 first, and he just went nom 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 nom. I was like, oh, okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I know, right? You're just like, that sucks.
That was great.
Then Gap Pieces question for Warrior. Now that you've had a chance to bed back into the game, and welcome back, what are the biggest differences in the game for you when you stop playing, and what are the best changes?
Reward changes have been good, and you know, my mentality is one of the best changes in the game. Honestly, is just how I perceive everything is probably the best. And then, but in game, you know, a lot of the characters they brought out recently have been real high quality. I've liked that. For a while there in 2019, they were just kind of chunking characters to chunk characters, and I don't know. I think they were getting. Some of the characters were just, you know, word vomit, and it was word vomit to be word vomit. They've done that with a few of the GLs and stuff, but I guess that's a necessity. But honestly, with a lot of the newer characters, they've kept some of those kits from being too much word vomit, and they've kept them with purpose and intent. So that's good. I've really enjoyed some of the newer things they've done. And by the way, just to address the other thing where they said midline, you know, characters, there's like, you know, mid-level characters and like players, you know, mid players.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at like the shard shop, that was for mid players to like be able to do conversion to get gear faster. And then you've got they just did simmable hat raid. That is for mid players if you want. Being able now for mid players to be able to when this other stuff, when we get progressed along and farther, it makes it a lot easier to be able to do, those other raids, the Sith raid and things as such. So there's just so many other things in the game that are going to become easier over time. And those are mid-level. And I think the things we think are really, really difficult early on become the mid-game later on. And so like Sith raid is mid-game now. For us, it's nothing, but for the mid-game player, that is theirs. So, mid-game has a lot to look forward to and to challenge them still. And to kind of go for. But I don't know. I still look forward to the community and connections and things like that. And so I'm just glad to be back in a guild where I can connect like that.
Well said. All right, back up to the Nev from Revenator. Wait, let me read this question. Okay, we're good. Question from Revenator for you, Nev, says, with the announcement of Rogue Squadron, do you think we'll actually get Porkins in the game now? Good
no,
Lord, I
because
hope
Porkins was never in Rogue Squadron.
No, so sorry, no pork. All right.
Hopefully, we'll get Gavin Darklighter and Corin Horn.
That one, yes. Darth Sign 1972. We'll go to you. Another question, Nev, because that was kind of a quick one. Says, while I'm overall very happy with CG this year, why did CG delay Relic? Why did CG Day Relic 8 as an exclusive for new raid only and then drop a freaking pack? It is frustrating. Is it frustrating to anyone else? It's not frustrating to me. I mean, it's what they do with new gear. You don't have to buy it and you can wait. But what about them relicing 8 exclusively the raid? I think is what he meant to say. Nev.
I mean, it's inevitable. Like you just said, Ranger. It's inevitable. When they drop new gear in, they make it purchasable for the whales and the Krakens. Is it a little bit disappointing that, they didn't say that it was, they just said it was going to be exclusive. Relegate was going to be exclusive in-game to the raid so that you couldn't get it anywhere else by playing another mode of the game. They never said anything about it not being purchasable. And they make everything purchasable. So, I'm not overly. It's not that I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed because it's going to be a long time before I get any Relegate gear because I'm free to play. But
you're not at that level. You're not. You're still working on some of the teams that Have you started toward a Galactic Legend yet, Nev?
I'm by default simply because I'm gearing up characters for GL counters.
Yeah.
I'm heading towards JML.
Yeah.
So I think I'm 5 from 12 on JML, just because I already had Biggs and Wedge relicked. In order to go one because I already had him relicked for my MIL fleet, and one because I needed it for JKL.
Sure.
I need old Ben for one of the GL counters, and he's needed for JML. So, and Ray's in there, and I figured, why not relic Ray? Makes my JTR squad a little bit better in GAC. So I'm more of a mind to buffing characters for GAC, but it kind of, I'll naturally progress to getting a JML. But regarding the pit raid, my main account, I've got 4. That's it. I've got 4 relic 5. All my relic characters are either 3s or 4s.
Yeah.
So, but regarding I'm a bit of a cynic regarding the new pit raid. I think they've deliberately made it relic 5, and they've deliberately made the rewards not flat, which is what they said that they were going to do. They said they were going to make them flatter. I think just like with Galactic Challenges, where they made 3 glaringly annoying things that the entire community harassed them for, they've made the Relic 5 entry to the pit raid and the rewards particularly annoying and bad, and something that the entire community will complain about, so that, in a few weeks' time, they'll go like, we have listened to your complaints and we're going to reduce the pit raid to Relic 3, and we're going to make the rewards flat for the top 25. And then everybody heaps praise on CG, just like they did when they changed the structure for Galactic challenges soon after bringing them out. So I think that they'll reduce the pit raid to Relic 3, making it easier for everybody to get Relic 8 materials. And then they'll make the top 20, you know, they'll make it flatter. So it'll be like the top 20 will get, you know, all the same, and then you know, maybe drop it by a 2 going down, and a further a 2, so that it's flat. Because right now it's that, and that is not flatter. And they need to address this, because in the post regarding the pit raid and obviously getting relic materials, they said that they did not want friction within the guilds, and the way that it is at the moment, people are already leaving guilds and going to guilds so that they can do the pit raid and get the Relic 8 rewards. And you're going to get guilds where you've got 25, you know, top 25, and they're going to start booting out people at the bottom and replacing them with people that can do the pit raid. So it's already causing friction within the guilds. So I think they'll address it within the next couple of weeks.
And they did basically lie, because they did say they were going to make the reward flatter, and they did not make it.
And they did not,
flatter.
exactly. They didn't
So they
make it
did
flatter.
actually, in fact, lie, which is the first strike for sure since being back with their communication and saying one thing but doing another. They've definitely got to fix it, and quick, like in the next week. They've got to say, we're sorry, that was a mistake. I'm sorry, left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing. Let's fix that. And we're going to send out some of that material to everybody who's participated. You know what I mean? Because that was something they said they were going to do. Basically, like, everybody gets 10 pieces, except for the top 10 might get an extra couple pieces kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's what I think. I think that they should make by all means, make the chests, you know, make the rewards for number 1 for that awesome, so you get more fully crafted pieces if you're like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and make those, you know, I mean, they can make those more mountainous, but the other rewards, the generic rewards, I think those are the ones that they need to make flat.
Yes.
And then the chest rewards, by all means, the person that finishes number 1, you know, put 3 fully crafted pieces in there and make it less and less and less as it goes down. But the generic ones, that definitely needs to be flat.
All right. Next question for you, Loki. It says from Lee Boca. It says, question: woulda, coulda, shoulda, but feelings on instead of entirely new character. How about once the character reaches a certain gear level, like gear 12 or 13 relic, it becomes a new character? For example, you can take gear 13 Mando and make him a Beskar Mando. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm all about the transformable character, if you want to call it that. They've experimented with, you know, Mon Mothma, the little rebel guy that she summons. He transforms during the battle at some point. That was one of our suggestions I gave during one of our other streams, was how they deal with the pilotless ship. Maybe they upgrade it during the battle. You know, it gets stronger. That's one way to do that. It's another way for them to do, I guess, reworks easily, in my opinion. Like what did we talk about? You know, like Visa's Mar, right? Like, she can either or she can get a Jedi tag or a Sith tag in the middle of the battle, depending on which way you want to go with her. I think that would be pretty neat. And again, they've done this mechanic with Mon Mothma and any of the other tunes that actually buff themselves during the battles. So it'd be interesting. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. Next question to you, Warrior. We've got 2. One's a fun question, real quick, from Nightmare. He's got 2 for you, Warrior. He says, question for Warrior: I need a home for this TV. Does Force Canada have its roster spot open?
Say the question again.
From Nightmare, he says, question for Warrior. He says, I need a home for this TV. Does Force Canada have a roster spot open?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Come on in and hang out with Warrior. Good,
I'm
good,
sure
clean country living.
I think they were at 48 last I checked. So
there you go. Let me see here. And then his other question is, question: the cost to Relic 8 1 tune requires 20 Zen bindles plus another 20 impulse detectors, which is 7 full Gear 12 pieces. This is very not free to play friendly. How would you weigh Relic 8 options for tunes if you were free to play?
I wouldn't worry about it, honestly, for free to play right now, because honestly, after having Relic, a Galactic Legend, and seeing like zero benefit, I would say I don't see there's going to be any real benefit to the Gear 8. I think honestly with ships that you're going to see the biggest benefit, because some ships are going to get the jump and you're going to get the occasional defense or the occasional extra points, or a little extra hold on defense. Other than that, there's not going to be a ton more benefit. You may see some, Darth Vaders that might have a little extra, offense and potency that might benefit or whatnot. But all in all, I really would not worry about Relic 8. It's really what I would call a cash grab. It's really designed to be introduced into the game to just create a spending spree for whales, because what they're going to do is put it in the game. Whales are going to want it. Whales have to have the greatest, newest, whatever, and then they're going to be able to introduce packs, once a month or a couple times a month, and say, here's 10 for $50. You can buy it twice, and it's just an extra revenue stream for them. And whales are going to go, oh my God, I'm not getting enough. And so they're going to do it. And it's the SWGOHs of the world that are going to, or others who are going to go, yay. And they'll buy those because they have a plan, right? SWGOH's got a plan. He's got the ships he wants to do, and then his arena team. And so he's going to get some from his raids, and then he's going to get his others from these packs, and he'll buy them. And that's their target audience. Free to play, you should not even worry about it. You're not going to be competing with SWGOH. So you don't have to worry about it. And if you're worried about it, you're going to cause stress and anxiety, and then the game's going to become a problem mentally for you. And so I wouldn't worry about it mentally at all, literally at all. If it starts to become a problem mentally for you, then this game's going to go south. So honestly, Relic 8's nothing. It's honestly nothing. After having literally tested one of the most powerful characters in the game with Relic 8, I saw very little to any difference. I would not even be concerned if I had 0 more Relic 8 characters for the next 6 months. That's my God's honest opinion. Now, it is time for me to hop onto another conference call, so I do have to say adieu, but I appreciate you having me on as always.
Absolutely,
so thank you,
brother.
Everybody having me on. You guys can always chat with me on Twitter @WarriorPresent, and or check me out on my YouTube channel. You guys have a good day.
All right, Warrior, be safe, my friend.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. All right. Next question for What Else Scene 3. So it says, it sounds like Mike is over Thing's house. That was a long walk, eh? Yeah, it might have been. Let's see. I'm just going to throw these out to whoever wants to answer it, because we're kind of wrapping up here. Alexandru Gross says, question, can you please help with the best counter for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with just one tank? I don't have a Jedi Knight Luke. So if you don't have a Jedi Knight Luke, Loki, what is another option or Nev for take out a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with just one tank, and you need to kill him? What do you do? What can you use that's not Jedi Knight Luke?
I didn't think it was possible without a JKL. An off-meta counter.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, I've been working on my off-meta counter, my JKL Jedi Knight.
Vader, so, maybe
the Vader.
Maybe Vader.
Actually, no. Hang on. I'm getting my off-meta counters mixed up. So for Slacker, it's Vader. It's Vader, Thrawn, Watt, Shaw, and what's the 5th Loki?
It fits one tank, maybe like Treya. Is what I'm saying.
Treya.
Yeah.
So,
and then So
you have to if Red Boy's there, he's the problem for Vader. So you just got to watch out for that. But I think you kill Red. So you isolate crew or the one tank.
Yeah. So you can get the
and then fracture Kylo, but I think you have to kill Red Boy first.
Yeah, you have to, because he will put the pain on.
Worst case scenario, if Slacker survives after taking out the other 4, you can always just go in there with CLS.
Because he's not going to take a turn and you can burn him down. So that might be your option there.
Yeah, you might just have to think if you're thinking in terms of GAC, you might just have to go down the double tap route.
Yep. Let's see here. What else? This question is Mike trying to get us to believe that you can actually see the sun in England? It's more cloudy there in Seattle. Well, I don't know. We're not English. What else? Any three is this question? I thought Warrior was a religious man. I don't think fudge knuckles is acceptable language there, mister. Or is it? It works here in RSG. Ryan Hernandez, Warmax says, I think that's his brother, says, where's Grande Patron? Grande was on the Hindy stream last night. I was on the Zareth stream last night. Grande is busy with his kids and working and stuff, so no Grande Pappy Patron. What else in three? Can Mike's cheekiness get any higher today? Asking for our entertainment. Well, it's pretty cheeky, so... question for Nav. Are we blowing up some ships today, yo?
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yes, we are. The Squadrons update is here. We will be creating a custom match, and, everybody that's in the RSG server that has the Squadrons tagged will be getting tagged today to come play.
All right. I did see a question from Apex in here. It'll be the last one, then we'll pimp everybody's stuff here. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, guys. Moving forward, remember the format is you have to put the word question in front of your actual question statement or we won't see it. I just happen to see it because it's at the end of the stream. Apex Predator says, do you guys think that with the relic increase giving ships even bigger stat jumps, do you think we'll have more ship combat? No.
I'm going to say yeah, because if you look at the weekly shipments, they put every single damn bounty hunter ship in there, and there's a crap load of ships. So there's a reason. There has to be a reason why they did it. It wasn't like that last week. There were no ships, and now the entire bottom two rows is all ships in the weekly shipment. So I definitely think something ship based is coming. It's why I'm going Relic 8 on my pilots, and I want to be ready for that new content when it drops, because they're alluding to us in this weekly shipment that ships are important for whatever reason.
We'll see, but I still think we need more ships. So until we get that, I'm not jumping on any kind of ship bandwagon or anything like that. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to pimp everybody's stuff here in just a moment. We have over 100 people watching. Only 28 likes. Can we get to 50? Can everybody hit that thumbs up so we can at least get to half? Yeah, please, por favor. Mucho por favor. If you could hit the thumbs up, it would be very much appreciated. But now it's that time of the day in the stream where we say, well, first of all, let me pimp Mike's stuff. You can check Mike's stuff out at Mike Hunt on YouTube. Make sure you put Mike Hunt Star Wars Galaxy Heroes or you'll get something completely different. And then Warrior, of course, is Warrior Presents on YouTube. You can check that out. And, of course, he gave his Twitter handle as well. Nev, where can folks check you out at, my friend?
Folks can check me out at the Escape Podcast on Twitch and on YouTube. Obviously, we just done the flagship show on Fridays, the Escape Pod cast, yes. And then we've also got our other main show on Twitch, which is GA Center. We're in our last month. Looking forward to some tough competition between all of the people that we cover, all of the content creators, all of the gackers that have Twitch channels and YouTube channels. Obviously, we cover that weekly, and then I'll be doing my GAC this afternoon as well. My GACs this afternoon as well. So yeah.
There you go. And then what we are going to get ready to do is go over on Twitch, and we are going to go do some GAC fight fun with our good friend Sir Loki. We're going to show his GAC, so that'll be a lot of creamy goodness. So you can look forward to that here, probably about 10-15 minutes. I need a quick little break to get some coffee and get a little bathroom break. Me and Loki Loki needs to get some Wawa and stuff, but we'll go get ready to do that. 10-15 minutes at the most. It'll be top of the hour. We'll start our GAC run, and then Finn will do his sometime this afternoon we're on Twitch, and then tonight, barring anything, we should have D&D, the Wildmat campaign for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. You can come check that out on Twitch. It's a lot of fun. People are really enjoying that campaign. So so we got a lot more streaming content for you guys. Do me a favor, y'all, not just with us, as you guys, I appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up. We're up to 37. It's not 50, but I'll take it.
want half, Eddie.
It's better than zero. But keep hitting the thumbs up. But do me a favor, not just watching our content here and doing hitting the thumbs up, subscribe, but check out Nev's channel, check out Warrior stuff, check out Mike's stuff, check out all these great content creators that come here on the Jedi Academy every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 when we get done. But please, show them some love and some support. They take time out of their schedule on a Saturday morning to be here to answer your guys' questions. So show them a little bit of love and just go forward and help their channels grow. That's what it's all about. It's what we do here in the community. So that we're going to wrap this up. So on behalf of myself and everybody here, thank you so much. Go check us out on Twitch. Should be linked down below. If not, just go to Twitch, RSG. You can find us on Twitch. It's Reality Skewed Gamers on Twitch TV. So we're going to go jump over there and do Loki's GAC. Should be a lot of fun. And we'll do that battle. And then I'll take a little bit of a break because I'll need it. And then we will rock and roll for more stuff. Then you can go watch Nev. Then you can go watch Finn. You can watch all these great GAC content creators fight it out. It was fun watching Solo and Zareth last night. We had a lot of fun. Our people were scared of us. I'm not kidding. I did 7 undersized squads yesterday. It was funny. Thane, my GAC whisperer, was whispering hard in my ear, like, "No, do it, Ranger. Just go with 4." I'm like, no, no. And then he says, and to get to the next team, or let's undersize this. No, I don't want to do it again. Oh, no, let's not do that. So I think the highlight for me yesterday was a Gear 12 Trooper team with a Gear 11 Piet kicking the shit out of a fully relic Mon Mothma team. That was cream. Or was it a Rebel team? It was some one of those things that we just kicked the shit out of them. Anything else? Yeah, last thing. Wash your hands. Wash your face. Wear your mask. Socially distance. Guys, coronavirus is an epidemic and biblical proportions at this point. I mean, we're losing more people a day now in the U.S. than died on 9/11. I want you to let that sink in. We have more people dying and going up that are dying a day than we lost on 9/11. If you think that this is not real, I don't know what to tell you, but it is a real thing. The only way we're going to get through this is if we work together. We've got to do the right things. I know it's tough. I know times are tough out there. There's hope with the vaccine and stuff coming, but the best way is to protect those around you. You could be asymptomatic and not even know it because a lot of people don't show signs. It's when you give it to someone else that has pre-existing conditions and things of that nature that it gets scary. So please look out for one another. This is what this community does. We look out for one another. We set the example. We do the right shit, right? So wear your mask, use hand sanitizer, do everything you possibly can. Wash your hands. It's important right now more than anything. So let's stick together, skewers, on this. I do it all the time. I've got my little bag of stuff that whenever I go out, it's like sanitizer, gloves, the mask. As soon as I get back in, I'm wiping everything down with Clorox. I wash my hands, do the hat. I sit there doing the happy birthday, like happy birthday, like I'm doing like the medical like scrubbing, with my hands and stuff. So it can be done. It's off-putting and it's inconvenient, but so is death. So just throwing that out there. I think that's a little worse. So a little few seconds of your time. So all right, everyone have a great rest of the day. We'll see you over on Twitch. Salute. Peace out.